Imposter syndrome. Have you ever experienced that?
Oh
And if
my
you
gosh,
have,
like it's so
okay.
overused. Like, and every time someone says it, I'm like, oh gosh, imposter syndrome, here we go. But at the same time, every
Yeah,
day. Like, I
every
kid
day.
you not, like
Okay.
it's one of these things. There are days, Jeff, when I wake up and I'm like, I'm actually in this role. I'm actually running an $85 million business
Yeah.
with, 180 people. And like, a company has entrusted the success of this business. Am I really equipped to do this? Like, who's going to find out that I can't do it? And guess what? I've been doing it for three
Who's gonna
years,
find out?
right? And no
Yeah.
one's found out that I can't do it because I can do it,
Yeah.
right? And so if I wasn't ready for it, like, I wouldn't be doing it. And
Yeah.
so what I have to do, what I oftentimes do, and I just do this in general, is I just have to quiet that noise, right? I have to know that I am capable, that I am able, and I am in this position because I should be,
Yeah.
right?
That makes
And
sense.
so
Yeah.
there are things that I may or may not know, particularly the things I may not know, and I have to be comfortable enough, which that has taken me a little bit to be comfortable enough to ask the question that you assume everyone knows but you. But what you
Yeah.
oftentimes find out is they don't know, but they're just not willing to ask. So I
That's good.
always
Yeah.
say the only question that's a stupid question is the one you didn't ask, right? Because
I've heard
then
that.
you
Yep.
leave,
Yeah. Yeah.
you leave the situation or you leave the meeting or you leave the whatever, still
Hmm.
wondering, oh shoot. And now you got something on your mind that you really didn't need to have on your mind if you just asked the question. So I do
Yeah.
think imposter syndrome is real. I do think how I deal with it is I just have to quiet it and I literally like my feet hit the floor every day in the morning
Yep.
and I say to myself, I got this every single day. I tell myself I got this.
Okay. Positive affirmations and just believing in yourself and getting it done at the end of the day.
If you
Yeah.
don't like, what's the point of believing you're not gonna get it done? Right?
Yeah.
I heard Serena Williams. So a couple years ago, we had her at R4. Um, and she
Oh
said, this
yeah, I
isn't,
heard about that. Yeah.
I mean, it was spectacular. And
Yeah.
this isn't a direct quote, but this is pretty much the gist of it. And someone asked her a question about winning. And she actually said, why would I show up to lose? Like,
Mm,
if I'm going to
yeah.
show up, I show up under the assumption I'm going to win. I may not always win. I may
Yeah.
fall a little short, but I show up with kind of a winner's mindset. And I left
Hmm.
out of that and I was like, well, there we go. Right. So
Yeah. Mic
every
drop. Yeah.
day I just
Exactly.
show up
Yeah.
like I'm going to win. And I may
Guess
not,
you're gonna
right?
win.
Every day is not rainbows and unicorns and amazing, but why show up the other way?
Yeah. It makes sense. Like it does make sense. I think it's just an art of like practicing it. And I would say you just gave me a gem. I know you said you got that from Serena, but like that's something I'm gonna take moving forward myself. Just showing up every day, just waking up saying, yeah, I'm gonna win. I can do this. Like
I'm going to
it's
win the
powerful.
day. I can do this,
Yeah.
right? Like, you're not the only person that has had a difficult project or client or whatever that's quaking in their boots, right? Like everyone does. And
Yep.
yet you figure it out and you get back you get on the other side of it and you look back
Hmm.
and you're like, huh, how did I do that? Right? Like that wasn't
Exactly.
as
Yeah.
hard as I thought. Or wow, I got through that. Like the number of times I've had
Yeah.
those moments where I thought something was just like the end of the world and it was soul crushing. There was no way we're going to get out of this. And somehow we figured it out.
Yeah. Figured it
Very
out.
few things
Put in
are
your toolkit.
impossible.
Yep.
Yeah, very few
Okay.
things are impossible.